extra point away from stealing the lead.
And stealing is the absolute right word for it, because that'll wake up your sideline, won't it, partner?
Well, there's still time remaining, but boy, I mean, you think about it, you go from an offense with a lead in the ball trying to salt things away to a completely different scenario now after the return for a score.
That ties the game, 26-26.
This crowd alive again. Some were headed for the exits, but a fourth quarter comeback has tied things up as the kick is away here. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note of that and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6. Going to run with Madison again. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. This one an absolute must. It's 4th and 4.
20 TX.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's first down. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here. Throwing. Jackson. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn into a big gain.
Here's second down and 3. Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Though, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. Now they can only stop it once more. Here's first and 10. Jackson to throw. Jackson going to keep it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Oh, we're ready.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Ready. Shut up.
Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. To kick off for Baltimore.
So it's the Dolphins who are going to get the football first here as we are back underway now in overtime. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
That's a pretty strong return to start this overtime. And you know that if you run some decent offense, you should have a shot at a field goal. But I'd have to think to myself, I want the 6 points. I want this game over now. I don't want to give the other team a chance to come back and beat me.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. 77 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Dolphins.
44. Ready.
Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down at 7.
Ready, shot. All right, go ahead, go. Ready.
Another carry now from Madison. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. First throw of the OT session for Tua. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Oh, it's
down near the 30-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready.
Now Tua. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. That will give to Madison. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously a touchdown will win it. Jackson going to keep it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
It's a gain of 20. That's another Baltimore.
And now with 6 seconds left in overtime, they're going to take a timeout. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
No, we changed it. Report.
Jackson. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. A great game, partner. Spectacular finish. They needed at least a field goal to keep the game alive. They do one better. They get it in the end zone and end it.
And I don't know about you, but I'm worn out. That type of a game takes it all out of us as well, not just the guys on the field. What a tremendous finish, and as you noted, were they going to go and try and get 3 and keep the game going? And that wasn't good enough for them. They got the touchdown, and that's why we're able to say goodbye.